Can I get a mic check? Mic check. Hold on. Mic check. Mic check. Okay, we're gonna have to go see if we live. So yeah, y'all been a minute since I hopped on my Android and did a video this way. Do a reaction video right here. And this guy right here, he's a content creator. His YouTube channel is called Go Black to Africa. Go Black to Africa. I thought it said go back to Africa. I'm like, hold on. This ain't the biggest. But that's the name of his channel. Go Black to the number 2 Africa. So this video I'm going to react to is, what's the title? Rethinking Living in Africa and Apologizing. You ain't got to apologize. That's my first. You don't got to apologize. Move how you move. Go wherever you feel free to go. But that's not why I'm doing this video. This guy is a Pan-African. He's a Pan-African. I'm still confused on what a Pan-African is. I'm sorry, I'm late to the party. I did a little research. Hold on. I did some research. And I didn't know Pan-African was around for the longest it's been around, right? And before Dr. Umar popped on the scene, the diaspora, the Pan-African movement, all that been around, they just jumped on the bandwagon, right? In the last couple years, they've been pushing the movement, right? These Pan-African people, wow, everybody African. You got African blood. You originally from Africa. All this that you don't know. All this that you really, the information that you was told, you didn't go in the lab and check my DNA. How about that? So anybody get to talking, before we get farther into this video, anybody get to talking about Dr. Waltz don't know what he talking about? Dr. Waltz makes sense when he talk. If none of these clowns, these Pan-Africans, not going in the lab and proving to me my DNA from Africa, do it himself, not take it to ancestry.com, not, because the same people you taking it to is the people you don't trust, is the enemy. So they want you to believe what they want you to believe. You Pan-African, okay. But he's saying he leaving Africa. He rethinking living in Africa. I'm like, why stop now? That's the question. Like, you had put all this energy and time into this Pan-African stuff, and I'm just like, why would you stop now? Why would you? Oh, I might go to China. China? You Pan-African. What the fuck you doing in China? You a Pan-African. I might go to, because my wife is Chinese. And nobody asked you about if your wife Chinese. You should have married a hold on. What Dr. Umar? What Dr. Umar when we need him? Dr. Umar ain't catch up with you yet? Dr. Umar ain't put you on blast yet? Because I thought every black man supposed to be with a black woman. Let Dr. Umar say it, but you not with a black woman. Ain't your wife Asian? And you Pan-African? Where Dr. Umar at? I want to hear what Dr. Umar got to say, because I really don't care. That's your choice. I like Asian women. Just like you, bro. I'm not mad at you about that. I don't disagree with that. But what I disagree with is you pushing this movement and disappearing. I disagree with that. You pushing this movement and now you disappearing. You going to China. You calling it quits. You rethinking on living in Africa. You shouldn't have even went there if that's the case. Finish what you started. You old enough to know what that means. Finish what you started. Don't stop now. Nah, don't stop now. Keep the Pan-African, all the chosen ones that say they chosen and all this and that. You believe in all this. You go there, you go to Africa and live in Africa, and you find out ain't it ain't what you thought, boy. It ain't what you thought. Ain't no, it's work. It's bad. The unit ain't no unity nowhere. Ain't no structure. Ain't no nah. Ain't no peace nowhere. So yeah, man, we gonna play a little of this audio if it play. Talk to me.
When you think about that,
I ain't gotta think about nothing. First of all, I ain't gotta think about none of that. What you gotta think about? If I'm paying African and all this and that, I ain't gotta do none of that, man. Them people crazy. I supposed to been did this video. I was just gonna do a video, but I need to start doing more reaction videos. I need to start having some different content, doing reaction videos, sitting up here doing reaction videos. But this guy right here, he done cut off his facial hair and everything. Hold on, let me go get the one with his facial hair. He cut his facial hair off. Is this it? No, last one he did. I'm pissed Africa. Africa needs to hear this. Get out the slave house. What? These people is crazy. Where's the video at, man? This man cut off his whole mustache. 10 months ago, I guess that is the video. That's an old video. I think this is the video.
so this is all the LLC and corporation paperwork from several businesses I've started. She's walking through the cars, which is in between the cars. So
look at this guy. He's confused. He don't know if he want to grow his hair out, put weave in it. He don't know if he want to grow his beard out. He changing. So I done seen him change so much. He done dyed his beard. He don't want to dye his beard. But this brother right here, man, this guy, I try not to say brother because you never know what type of person this person is, and you don't want to attach yourself with a person just by saying that's my brother. And I'm learning that. Just because another black man, all right, man, I hear you, but you a creep. I'm from them grade. There's a lot of black people out here that's creeps, so I can't say every black man my brother. I'm from them grade. You talking about P Diddy out here doing what? And that supposed to be my brother, my homie. I'm from them grade. I ain't trying to attach myself with none of that. If it's true, especially if it's true, I don't even want to be around that type of. I'm not getting caught up in that. Nah. But this African dude right here, his last video, he talking about rethinking living in Africa. This 10 months ago right here. I watched him build his whole channel. I've been watching him get over 150,000 subscribers. I've been subscribed to him for almost 5 years now. Oh, 5 years. Yeah.
when you think about that, let me say this right here. Because I'm gonna respond. I know sometimes people
What you gotta say? What you gotta say, man? What you gonna say?
come into my channel. People always want to know why I don't have moderators. I only have moderators because you moderate yourself. You can ignore ignorance. And
Yeah. That's why he say he don't have moderators, y'all. He say I moderate my own channel. Then I don't know, this guy just everybody do their own thing, their own way, and we look at people and try to learn and observe from them. and try to understand people. I just want to understand people. I get lost, I get confused, and I'm like, bro, you had a beard, you cut your beard off. Like, what you doing? Like, what you doing? I'm talking about this freak. Like, he confused with himself. He had weave in his hair. Before no gray, he had weave in his hair. I said, oh no, he pulled a Jimmy Butler. He did that. I didn't do that. I didn't choose to put weave in my hair as a grown man. Nah, as a young man, I ain't put no weave in my hair. You tripping. You know what I'm saying? So I be confused on why they do what they do. Is you doing it for the money? Is you doing it because you really care? You really trying to find you on your journey, right? But you sharing with the public your journey. Go black to Africa. You saying you a part of this black diaspora, but you find out that black diaspora pan African shit is corrupted. It's corrupted with the same black people that supposed to be your brother and sister. It's corrupted. You just talking and saying all this. I've been told this guy that 3 years ago because I got tired of seeing it. Him talk about this pan Africa. I'm like, bro, do you really understand? You really serious right now? You really believe in this? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's almost like you to get black people back on track, you gonna have to use force. You gonna have to use force with these Negroes. I'm sorry. To get black people in line, you gonna have to damn near put them back through slavery, force them to change who they are, and unite. That's how I'm looking at it. Because it ain't just gonna happen. It's gonna have to happen with force. Some type of force. And somebody gonna have to have control and watch over all the niggas. Somebody gonna have to control. Like, come on, man. But we so great. Black people so great. I'm proud that I'm black and I'm blessed. I don't know about every other black person. I don't know. Hopefully my children receive some of the blessings I receive. So it's just crazy, man. These Pan African guys, these Dr. Umars, and Dr. Umar. I thought I seen Dr. Umar on the panel with him. Hold on, we got to see. I thought I seen Dr. Umar on the panel with you, bro. You can see all the videos I watched yours 2 months ago, 3 months ago. It's way back. Hold on, was that Dr. Umar right there? Nah. You can see all the videos I watch of you. I don't watch you like that, homie. For no grad. He done had braids, cut them off, and then went bald, cut his facial hair off. Then the Africans, you over there in Africa, they don't trust you. I'm for no grade. Them Africans do not trust you, nigga. Shit, I gotta be the one to tell you that. I think you know that now. You don't feel welcome. You don't feel at home because they don't trust you. Where's this Dr. Umar? It couldn't have been that long ago. Dane Calloway is mistaken. See, I like Dane Calloway. I ain't gonna cap. I like Dane Calloway.
How do you take 20,000 children in the middle of New York City without anybody seeing? are willing to go beyond than what they were told. You know,
a very few people are willing to go beyond what they was told. I guess I'm one of them few people. Because I don't believe none of that shit you niggas talking about. I don't believe none of the history. I gotta see it. I want to see it. And if I wasn't living in those times, I definitely ain't gonna have a chance to see it. You know, so man,
very few people are willing to go beyond than what they were told.
facts. That's a fact.
You know,
So all the reading, the books you read, you putting all that information in your mind. You I don't know what word I'm trying to use. You basically enslaving yourself on phone grade. You basically enslaving yourself into believe all these ideologies, all these other things people then wrote down. It ain't your own belief. It's not yours. It's somebody else's belief. You adopted their belief. That's it. That's all, bro. That's it. That's all. You adopted their belief. You read it out of a book. You chose. It wasn't something you naturally you came up with your own thought. Original. This is what you thought. If somebody else in the world may thought of that too, but you didn't think of that because they thought of that. You didn't think of that because you heard them say it or read it out of a book. That's how I live my life, bro. I'm not out here enslaving my mind with all this information, don't know if it's true or not. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, mama. Rest in peace to my mother, but she loved reading. And reading is for me, reading is for you to be able to articulate yourself, for you to be sociable. It ain't you not gonna go to heaven because you know how to read on phone grade. God ain't gonna bless you because you know how to read. That ain't nothing in the Bible say you need to know how to read on phone grave. Ain't nowhere in the Bible say you need to read and educate yourself with all the worldly things. Like what? He don't want you with the worldly things, and reading is a part of the worldly things. You supposed to be listening to God. You a Christian, you a Muslim, and all this religious shit. You supposed to be listening to God, but you still reading in the book. You don't know who wrote that shit. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing because for number one, your brain is cloudy, is blinded. You confused. You got tricked. You got tricked out your own spot. I'm not going. I'm not going. So the information I receive, the knowledge I get, it ain't. You better go get your own. I'm not fit to really. I ain't even really trying to share it. I'm selfish. I ain't gonna cap. God probably mad at me right now. The angels and the ancestors mad. Like, man, dude, you better do something. We gonna get rid of you. We gonna take you right off this earth. You better stop playing with them people. And the ancestors gonna take me right off this earth if I don't start telling y'all some of the secrets. I can't tell you all of it. It might be too much for you, and you gonna really be mad at me. Like, who gifted you and blessed you with everything? You know too much. I'm like, come on, bro. You know too much. I gotta be cocky now. I didn't want to be the cocky, arrogant, like I know everything and tell you I know everything and break it down and explain it to you like I know everything without reading one book. Without reading one book. I make more sense than what they make sense in those books you read. You still trying to figure out and break down the Bible or break down a book you read to understand it. You still struggling on that. You still struggling on that. Let's see what
travel a lot of places. Matter of fact, I've traveled to the 50 states here in this country. Me and my wife, let me just show you just.
Is your wife Asian? Where's Dr. Umar at? You a Pan African. Ain't your wife Asian? I ain't hear Dr. Umar say nothing about you. Dr. Umar ain't, Dr. Umar ain't talking about you. He ain't talking about how you disown the black community, the black sister for an Asian woman. Ain't your wife Asian? If I ain't mistaken, I'd heard you several times say your wife was Asian. So ain't nothing wrong with that. That's Dr. Umar saying something wrong with that. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. Dr. Umar saying that's not right. So
a smidge bit of me and my wife's travels. Look, hold on a second.
You put on the internet. So.
We have traveled, and these books here, right here, are just a small few of my wife's. She did these books, y'all, everywhere we go. And we went on the native trail of history and the.
See, people don't give women enough credit. I swear to God. And that's why I always be going at these dudes. I won't go at no woman. They don't get enough credit. They are powerful. You see, he just pulled out a stack of notes and books that his wife did. He didn't pull out something he did, or me and my wife. He just said, he contradicted himself. This what she did. My wife. It's your wife. She the one with everything. The no matter what race she is. This ain't about that. This ain't about race. None of that. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy out here. Pan African, go, yeah, race. And Africa is the motherland. Africa is where everything existed on every human came from. Yeah, Africa, we the first blacks. We the first. Yeah, you want to be the first, but you struggling. You was the first, now you the last. The first is the last. Ain't that in the Bible somewhere? The first gonna be the last gonna be the first. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, women are powerful, man. Women are great. They are amazing. These guys out here, they perpetrating. They in the way. It's women's season. Ain't it Aquarius season right now? That's like a woman sign. Feminine energy is coming back. Yeah, the feminine movement is coming back, man. I ain't got no problem with it because I'm tired of looking at these clown niggas that ain't doing nothing. They supposed to be men, mighty leaders and kings and shit. But the whole time, the queen, the one on the chessboard with all the power. The whole time, the queen that's on the chessboard, she got more power than the king. She got more power than the king. Stop. These niggas ain't, man, go sit down somewhere. They all here talking. They all here talking, man. Straight up. I've been watching these guys for years, man. I just be like, I'm talking about years. I just studied and observed. I'm thinking I'm gonna get something different out of them. They ain't did nothing different. They ain't nothing they did that I ain't seen or heard. I'm learning based off of from them. I'm learning that the way they express themselves. I'm learning the different personality traits that people have. The different facial expressions people make. I'm literally a doctor. I'm literally observing people right now. I'm literally sitting around observing people attentionally, knowing why I'm doing it. I'm doing it on purpose. This is for me to understand what's going on in the world, to understand people, where they come from, and why they do what they do. This for me. You know what I'm saying? And once I get the answers, I'll let y'all know the answers. I got some of the answers, but I ain't gonna conclude them finally. Them ain't the final. I still got hope that these people are somewhat who they say they are. They are somewhat of who they say they are. You know what I'm saying? Salute. We got two in the building. We doing a reaction video. I think I ain't trying to get flagged, so I'm trying to do as much commentary over it before I play any of the audio. He just sitting there. Big face head, boy.
The African slave trade, as well as the Underground Railroad history. And now
Bro. How long they gonna be talking about slavery, man? I'm tired of this shit. How long they fit to be talking about this, man? The slave trade. Now, how long? So they gonna shut the fuck up when they get reparations. Get these niggas reparations so they should shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Just give them the reparations so they can shut the fuck up. Cause I'm tired of them. And you can look at me and say whatever you want. You black nigga cool. You niggas is the worst one. Straight up, bro. Give these niggas reparations and they ain't nothing you can say now. The government that gave you reparations ain't no need to talk about slavery no more. You done got trillions of dollars from the government. They paid y'all out, paid all the black African slave. Yeah, you got to be a slave. This ain't for Africans over there. Ain't nobody else getting none of this money. I catch anybody else getting some of that money, it's going to be a problem. Anybody that ain't a African American, black, a nigga from the hood, most of them niggas that's from the hood, no Jamaican. I don't care about no Jamaicans. I don't care about no other race right now, right? Make sure you get them niggas, get that money. Can you do that for me, Mr. President? Can you do that for me, Mr. CIA and FBI? I know y'all watching me. I've been through that. Y'all know I know that. Come on, that ain't nothing new. But yeah, man, just get these niggas reparations and they gonna shut the fuck up. Please, man. Please give them reparations. Because that's gonna shut them up. They ain't gonna have no excuse. After you got paid by the government and you still talking about slavery, you gonna look like a dummy. You gonna look like a dummy. You done got paid out already. Ain't no need to complain about the injury you was caused to you and you already paid out in a lawsuit. You sue somebody, you got paid out, now you still talking about it, complaining. Oh, it wasn't enough, or yeah, it was their fault. All that 20 years ago that happened. And you still talk, they'd have paid you out $1 million and everything. You still talking about it. Stop, man. Pay them the record.
We went from Louisiana all the way.
We went from Louisiana. I was born in Louisiana. Don't stop there. Keep going.
On through to Ontario. You see, I don't know how much Dane has traveled. I've only seen 2 videos or 1 video of him being in Jamestown, Virginia, and 1 picture with him.
Facts. Facts. Dane Calloway getting all that money on YouTube. I'm not pocket watching. He getting money. Everybody know you get money. You successful. You're a successful content creator. All them memberships I be seeing every time I go over there, he got, if not thousands of memberships. Ain't no telling what they paying for them memberships. So he's sitting around using the talking points of native and indigenous people and all this and that. But he the only one getting paid. He getting his reparations right now by talking about reparations. Dane Calloway is getting his reparations right now. He got Hellcats, all type of shit. But the point, this guy right here just said, go black to Africa. He ain't seen Dane Calloway travel nowhere. He ain't been around to show the people, you got the money to move and travel. Dane Calloway ain't moving and traveling like that. Like, that ain't what he doing. That's what you doing. You going black to Africa and doing all that. You know what I'm saying? You trying to find where it's actually your wife, though. It's actually your wife that's doing all that.
In Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've been to 50 states. I've covered all the states.
And what have you learned? You just brought back some souvenirs? Took some notes? What have you actually learned? Could you give the people something? Did you find the what you call that? Damn. Did you find something special? I don't know. What are we talking about? You did all that traveling. What did you learn? You experienced all that through all the states. 50 states. Yeah. Tell me what you learned.
That was one of my goals. And in that travel,
Okay.
Me and my wife,
Hmm.
we went along the history
No, what have you learned? You went along the history. Hold on. What you keep talking, bro?
of the natives, and we went along the history of the Africans and the Underground Railroad. Now, you know, I
Bro, you know how stupid he is? They wasn't even called Africans back then. Dan Colloway got great points. That's why I rock with Dan Colloway. He bring a lot of facts and a lot of receipts. That's why they can't dispute him on it. They wasn't to call them African black people Africans back then. Sorry. When they were slaves, they wasn't calling them African. They was calling them Negro. Sorry. They wasn't calling them African. All right. They was Negroes, not Africans. African they just popped up. That's just popped up probably 50, 60 years ago. That's new. Old as he is, that's how long Africans been around in America. That's how long they've been titling and naming black Negroes like myself African American. Then they changed it again. Then they changed to black. Then they changed to black American, African American. Then they changed to indigenous. Then they I'm just confused. That's why black people so confused now. Indigenous, native to the land. We go from being indigenous, native to the land to Negro, black, African. You got it's just confusing. It's just confusing because I don't know shit about Africa, bro. And my family, we don't look African. We don't look like the same people with Africa. Our features are different. All that, everything is different. The way we think, our spirituality, the upbringing, everything is different. We in tune on a whole nother level as far as what I know and I experience, my family. I'm in tune, we spiritually in tune on a whole nother level. And I'm being cocky right now. I'm dropping my nut sacks and I'm holding them ball sacks right now. I'm being real cocky. I'm good over here. I don't need to be labeled as no African. I'm from no grave. How's that gonna benefit me? I'm trying to figure this shit out. That's the motherland. Man. Africans don't get no, they don't trust niggas. They don't rock with niggas like that. Them fake smiles, they got their own cultures. That's what niggas always trying to fit in. Oh yeah, you a coon, Dr. Waltz. You trying to fit in with the white people. Bro, you got me fucked up. Them white people don't fuck with me. It's a lot out of all the race. Don't nobody fuck with me. This ain't even really got nothing to do with race. It got something to do with me. I'm a loner, bro. I'm a people's person. I can have a conversation with anybody. I can sit and have a conversation with anybody, no matter who they are, what they gender, race is, if they gay, lesbian, or whatever. I can humble myself and have a conversation with anybody. So I'm just different, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just different, man. It's not the race. When it far as what I'm trying to say, like I'm different, everybody different. Uh this African movement shit, this Pan African movement shit, this Native American, all this talk, they trying to come up with proof. Dane Calloway trying to come up with proof. This guy trying to prove it. And what he just said was, let's go back.
and we went along the history of the Africans and the Underground Railroad.
Bro, they wasn't even called African. They wasn't saying African slaves back then. That wasn't, no. They wasn't saying African slave. Prove to me they was calling them Africans when they was in slavery days. Whenever that was. How many years ago that was? They talking 400 years ago in the 1600s and 17, 1800s. You know how long ago that was? You know how long 400 years ago is? Do you know how long that is? But when you astro project, when you spiritually in tune, it's not really that long ago. But it's long ago. So much stuff, time goes on. It depends on your perspective. It depends on if you can tap into knowing the difference between a long time and not a short time. The difference between pain and no pain. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's about how much you can control in your mind and in your spirit. How much you can control. How much do you know? What do you have to offer? How golden are you? You know what I'm saying? Oh, he a golden child. Yeah, you say you're a golden child, but are you really? Did you find what did you find about the golden child? What did you find about yourself?
Now, you know, I can pull up all these books right here, and it's
Where's the golden child?
gonna show
I'm
you
looking for.
whether this is New York, Niagara Falls, Toronto. You know, these are places that we stopped through and we checked out. You know, we checked these out right here. You know, we have all these right here of
You want to show people y'all was traveling. We checked out this place. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we traveling. We going here. What's the point? It's for you, not for everybody else. So nobody really give a fuck if you traveling or not. Nobody cares about you showing people you travel. That don't even make sense. What are you telling me this for? Why are you telling me this, bro?
showing, like this one right here is the Niagara Falls Underground Railroad Heritage Center. We stopped through here and to see where and who partaked in this so-called Underground Railroad. Now, my brother says that the Underground Railroad the name was used in a different context before the 1950s. And that it's a farce and it doesn't exist. And he showed his video of the Underground Railroad. It wasn't even the Underground Railroad. And, you know, they're using that the railroad itself, and it went underground in the rock and all that right there. And this is where they got the name from. But that I'm just going to keep on. I'm just going to keep on showing you. These are trips we went on, you know.
Oh, that's your wife? She ain't Asian then. If that was your wife, was that your wife?
That I'm just going to keep on. I'm just going to keep on showing you. These are trips we went on, you know. But the Underground Railroad.
I thought you said your wife was Asian. Is that your wife? She beautiful. That's your wife.
Wasn't the name and all that right there? Well, I understand that. It wasn't called the Underground Railroad. Then he showed Harriet Tubman that he wants to say, quote, that she was a conductor and she never lost a passenger. And he wanted to stand on that. She said she was a train conductor. He didn't understand she was talking about the people. This woman.
You think when he said train conductor, when they wasn't even building trains back then, I don't think, when Harriet Tubman did. You think Dave Calloway is that slow that he couldn't comprehend the metaphor? You think Dane Calloway didn't comprehend she being a train conductor, that she traveling, taking people, and they behind her, like the Soul Train? Yeah, like that. You think he didn't know that?
Had a train of people and conducted it and led people into freedom. Now, I didn't know whether or not he was just being kind of sarcastic, or was he really holding on to her hard words of her using it as an allegory that this is how she was, like a train conductor. Because
Dane Calloway is he do a lot of sarcastic talks. He's very sarcastic. I'm very sarcastic too, because I got a joke about it. We really angry. I'm gonna be honest with you. We use a lot of that sarcastic shit to cut out showing our anger and aggression. We ready to You feel me? We really like that. You know what I'm saying? We really like that old man. And y'all in the way. You trying to hold back your flames and your fire. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do all this talk, man. I just be like, all this talk. They say I talk a lot. They got more videos and more content than me. I talk the least. For no, that's what my channel is. Where it said I talk the least.
No, in the 1800s, no black woman was any type of train conductor. So why would she make that statement? But see,
Why would she make that statement? Harriet Tubman or Dane Calloway? Dane Calloway is a she now? I'm lost. Keep talking.
you have people who want to present their story and present it in their way that they want to, they're going to do anything to refute or prove what it is they're trying to build. Look, let me say this right here, because he's made the claim, and I think I've already shown that if you ain't been over to Europe, if you ain't been to Spain, if you ain't been to Portugal, if you ain't been to Britain, if you ain't been to dig into their history and their books and their museums and stuff to see whether or not the transatlantic slave trade has happened and they partaked in it, and you want to rely on the internet or just on American soil of the writings that is.
You serious right now, bro? I just said that, bro. You going? I thought if I read a book, I'll have superpowers on phone no grade. I read a book, I'm gonna have. I need when I read a book, I believe I should have superpowers, because that's what they try to make books out to be, like it's a superpower or something. Oh yeah, you ain't read they books and history and bro, don't nobody care about none of that. To be honest, I listen to Dan Calloway. He's being real sarcastic. You're right. When he say it's up there, he's being sarcastic. I know that, understand it, because he's from the hood. Me and Dan Calloway around the same age, and we don't play that shit. We tired of you old black niggas in the way. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Salute to Dane Calloway and his success and getting the bag and all that. But yeah, bro, I'm gonna say what Dane Calloway really want to say. Niggas really hoes, and niggas ain't gonna go on no war and fight the government and get the land back. That's what Dane Calloway really want to say. He ain't gonna say it. I'll let you know. He really said, you niggas soft and weak. You ain't gonna fight because they told you not to fight. They told you if you do fight, what's gonna happen. They got you in fear. On folks in them grave. You in fear. You living in fear. You are afraid. You gotta watch what you say. You walking on eggshells, black man. Black man is walking on eggshells right now. Scared. Scared.
You got another thing to come. Now,
When a black man stand up, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's definitely a problem. Because a lot of black Americans is really savage. Let's be honest. We loving people, but we really savage. I'm sorry. We really savage. My OG was a savage. I done seen some savage sides of my mama. She was savage when she was putting that belt on me, that whip, me and my brother. And we caught the end stick of it because my older siblings, they the ones that was really catching it. She was up the scrap on her. Cock it back. I wish you would raise your voice at me. You know what I'm saying? Throwing irons at her. I up the scrap. OG gonna up the scrap. I'm gonna take you out before the streets take you out. That's what era I come from. Like I was blessed to just catch all the right things that was instilled in me from the older generation, from the ancestors. I was just made it. So I'm blessed, man. I'm happy. I'm not lost and confused. And because I come from an older background. I'm young, I'm 36. But I come from this guy I'm talking about, he only what, 50, early 50. So he my brother age. My oldest brother, he my oldest brother age, 52, 53. He may be older than that, but I'm gonna give him early 50s. He my brother age. So I don't get it, man. The history and all that, I done been had all that knowledge. I been knew all that. They just coming on YouTube talking about this. This is crazy.
I'm not saying he's not Native American. He might be Native American, and that is his business. And you might be Native American, but the majority of us here in this country.
Don't say it. Don't say what I think you gonna say, bro. Cause you gonna have to prove it. You gonna have to fucking prove it. And you can't prove it. I don't want to hear the talk. I say you prove it, not what somebody else said, not what somebody else can prove. I want you to prove it, dude. Your motherfucking ass. That every black person is what? Majority.
Come from Africa.
Come from Africa. Prove it. Prove I come from Africa. Why when you over in there in Africa, motherfucker, they don't treat you like you royalty. Like you a nobody. They don't trust you in Africa. They don't rock with you in Africa. Who do you know that's your family in Africa? What happened? You don't know nobody. Your heritage, the bloodline in Africa. Can't nobody go find a family that they are actual blood relatives to in Africa. I ain't talking about the Jamaicans. They came over here and it was over here and all that. I'm talking about the Africans, not Jamaican. We talking about Africa. Can't no black, you just said majority of us. So if it's majority of us that's mostly African, why we can't find our African family over there? What the fuck are you talking about? We ain't going on ancestry.com. We pulling up to the family door. Where the chicken at? On 4th grade, you cooking in here? What are you talking about? This is what pissed me off when stupid people say stupid things and it don't make no sense. I'm from Africa. Majority of the black people from Africa, but we can't find our blood relatives in Africa. Not one of them. We got fucking lost in the system. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go. We're gonna end this live. My son in the background.
There's too much witness, too much evidence to show and prove it. Africa has.
What evidence do you got?
Go to Africa, it's proven it. Everything is still erect there from them times, the dungeons.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap, the dungeons and all that. That you know how long ago that was, bro? That could have been replicated. You know how long ago that was? That could have been replicated, bro. Like, stop, man. We out. We gotta go.